was asked by John McClain, who was on this morning with John and Lance, or with just John, but on John and Lance. You can check out the podcast everywhere you find your podcast. And Mr. McClain asked Hannah about the Titans uniform choices and when the Texans would wear theirs.
Have you guys asked the NFL if you can wear the H-Town blue when the Titans are here?
Why would we?
Why wouldn't you? It's a natural. It's Houston color.
It's a Houston color, but what does that have to do with Tennessee?
What it has to do with Tennessee. I heard you talking about it on 610.
We put the uniform combos after we get the schedule, so that's when that'll happen.
Good job, John. Good job, John.
Good job, John. Good
Because she
job,
was
Hannah.
so snippy. She was so
like
snippy back. And again, I think Hannah's the best. I truly enjoy it. Hannah has made the McNair family more entertaining from a soundbite perspective. I mean, you hear Cal right there. Cal, come on. He's like reading the protocol off of a piece of paper and sounded like, I know he's not doing that in the moment, but he's trying to say essentially the right down the middle thing. Come on, Hannah. Come on. John's follow-up is perfect. Come on. What are you doing?
Yeah,
listen.
I like that.
You have started a back and forth. The back and forth should keep happening. It's good. It's good for the NFL. It's good for Texans Titans if there is beef between the two fan bases. No one said anything under the table or under below the belt.
That, like, she took shots at the Titans as soon as they were like showing off the jerseys.
Yeah, she said well, you have to beat us first.
Yeah.
Right. But and then in this situation, we're not going to wear it here. I don't know. The pushback. And the asking, why would we wear it? Why would we wear it? Like, the lady doth protest too much.
Well, it's like both, like what she said on the flagship, that's fine. That's good smack talk. If she also separately wanted to do this as smack talk, that's also good. It's just they run in direct opposition to each other, being like, we don't care about what they do. We like this doesn't matter. But then also being like, well, they got to beat it. Like, they did all that. They didn't beat it. Like, it's a little bit of talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Yeah, I don't care if they wear a versus Titans jersey. I don't know if that's something that like is gonna like really make the fan base that much happier.
That's part of it. There's not that much H-Town blue in it.
Yeah, so like
I don't know.
If anything, it's gonna make people realize they do kind of look like Titans jerseys in a way when they play the Titans.
And I would think that they would want to debut it on. This is what she should have said. You'd think that they would want to debut it on primetime.
They will.
But the Titans, there's no way the Titans games are going to be in primetime.
You don't think Mayonnaise Boy is going to lead the Titans to primetime games this year?
Maybe a Thursday night game in week 8, like one of those where it's like, oh, okay, I guess this is a primetime game, but it doesn't feel like a big game. Al Michaels is falling asleep in the third quarter.
And then we'll go to Cal and Hannah next. They were asked about just to give a more of an update on the latest with Tank Dell.
That's hard.
It's frightening, but you try not to get in those situations, and sometimes it happens. And we're just grateful that I believe no one was seriously hurt, but it looks like Tank will make a full recovery. We saw him in the office the other day, and he looked good in good spirits. And so, but he'll have to rehab and get back to where he was. So,
when you do talk to him, what do you say to him? How do you convey your love for him as well as concern? And you want him to learn.
That's kind of between us and Tank, just what we talked about with him. That's a hard situation to be in, so those are kind of private conversations.
What do you want him to learn in a situation like that?
Again, I think that's something to talk about privately. And, in any situation in life, you're going to learn something. So.
With him playing at U of H and then coming to the Texans, what is he?
Who is asking that question?
Yeah,
that is a loaded question, and I mean, I
think
good
deflection there.
Yeah, that is a good deflection. Wait, what are they supposed to tell him? Like, don't get shot at a club?
Dude, you know what, man? Like, there are people that have that take, though.
How are you supposed to know that this is going to happen, though?
I know, but there is a person in this fantasy football league I'm in. She is like a real sports reporter, and this is her take. Like, she's been BMAC is in this league with me, and so is our buddy Kyle, who used to work at the Bull with us. And this chick is like feeding this nonsense that this is Tank Dell's fault for being at a club because it's 2024 and he's at a club and you never know if you're going to get shot. And I'm like, do you live in the bubble? Like, and that's what this question basically is. It's like, do you tell Tank Dell not to go into public?
I want to know who's asking that question.
I can't tell.
Because that's also, I mean, that is a, let's be honest, that's a racially loaded question. It is. I mean, I know that in today, and I bring this up a lot, that a lot of things are perhaps portrayed as racist when it's not. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you're asking a guy who was at a club who is in the absolute worst possible spot at the absolute worst possible time. And you're asking, like, what you learn from that. He shouldn't go out to places.
Don't go to parties.
Ever.
That's what the lesson is don't
go to Cabana Live. I did a breakdown of this place. This place can't figure out what it wants to be. So is he supposed to go on Yelp before going to every single bar that he goes to and determine whether or not it is a safe place? This place, if you look at it online, the bar is essentially portrayed as a restaurant for family with sports watching ability in a pool. They had a private party at this place. Supposedly, they were having a very difficult time at the door because there were a couple of people that were coming that had guns. Yeah. And they turned a couple of people away. Are the people at the door supposed to tell everybody inside, hey, we've been turning a lot of people away with guns? No, because then everybody will leave. There's nothing that Tank Dell can literally learn from this situation other than bleep happens and...
Yeah, it sucks that's the world we live in.
It's good to be fast and be able to run away from it because he was literally in between the two parties that were shooting at each other. I have no idea how no one died, but those questions are dumb. Whoever asked them, you know who you are. That was ridiculous. You're supposed to have the owners of the Texans like go up to Tank Dell and pat him on the head and say, hey, Tank, you shouldn't have been there. I don't understand how someone can know or not know that something like that is about to go down. A fight broke out, and then all of a sudden they started shooting at each other. This escalated 2 levels before Tank Dell was in the absolute worst possible spot. What's it supposed to be? Have your head on a swivel when you're out when there's alcohol around?
It's also like, again, like you mentioned, it's a private party. So he has to, it's someone's party. I'm back in town. I want to see my people. Oh, it's at this place. Let me look at Yelp. Like it's like, it's like no. He just wanted to hang out with people that he grew up with, and like things outside of his control happened. Like I don't know what the lesson is.
Bring Kevlar. Bring a metal detector. Strap up yourself.
Yeah, bring a gun of his own. Maybe that's the lesson.
Go Gilbert Arenas in there.
Yeah.
Check that because that would involve dropping the gun. Didn't he drop it?
I think he did. And then in a more football-centric question, D'Amico Ryans was asked about having that 4th preseason game and playing in the Hall of Fame game, joint practices, all that fun stuff.
With the 4th preseason game, I see it as an advantage for our younger guys to really get an opportunity to get more reps, right? The more reps you get, the better you get. So I think it's an opportunity for us as a team collectively, like we can actually get better from having the 4th game. That's how I view it, and I think our guys will be appreciative of the reps that they get because you look up 3 games and those reps get very limited, and guys, especially our young guys, need that exposure. They need the opportunity to go play live reps because you only get better at football by actually doing live football, and it's a great opportunity for them.
Does it impact your desire to have joint practices?
Say it again?
Does it impact your want to have joint practices?
We'll see how our schedule flows with the games, and we'll look at the entire schedule to see if joint practices will be a part of what we do this year.
He is right from this perspective. I mean, it does give more opportunities for young players, but this year it's different. You know, this is, for me, I look at it as more opportunities to get hurt, where last year I would have loved this. More experience before the start of the regular season for a young team.
Yeah, but even then, like, they're not going to play.
I agree. I mean, the players who are going to play in this are going to be really bottom of the roster guys, and you hope that some of them separate themselves. But to me, I look at this as, and again, injuries happen, but another preseason game to play. Are you really going to learn all that much as far as this team this year? You know, like the guys who are going to be playing for the most part are going to be mostly guys who don't play for the team this season.